that sound.
What's going on, everybody? I am CaptainRoBear, and this is Saved by the Spell 2, Black Clovers #1. I love it so much because you literally, I know that sound on the intro. It's gonna make that video so much better. Welcome, everybody, to our first ever commissioned D&D game, getting to hang out with the community. Something that you thought you'd never see on the channel, you have finally seen, and they didn't even know they were going to be up here 48 hours ago, but now they are.
Let's go.
Now you guys get a little bit of a handle on kind of how crazy it is back behind the screen. There's a little bit of a process at the beginning, but I tell you, it gets a lot better than session 0. And I'll give it to you guys. I've had way harder starts on session 0. So thank you guys. You brought your A game. Thanks for helping troubleshoot. I didn't have to bust out TeamViewer. Oh, that makes me happy, man. That makes me happy. Thanks for everybody in the community. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you for everybody in the community that are coming out to join us on this first community game. You guys are awesome. Thanks for giving us some energy tonight. I just want you guys to know that whoever is actually joining us this evening gets a special treat, because like I've said before, this is official. We're going in canon. This is going to be a long-term story that just this piece of the mini campaign kicks off. And for any of the OGs that have been with Game of Saving Throws since the beginning, there are going to be some serious callbacks. Some serious callbacks to some old episodes that I doubt anybody will probably get besides the cast of Wednesday. We're talking so old. You're gonna have to be remembering some classic things. I'm gonna stop and shut up at that. Before I spill the beans too hard, man. But we're gonna go, instead of doing announcements, we're just gonna do a round robin, go around. You don't have to talk very long because we want to get into RP. The long forgotten, you can kick it off. Say, how long you've been in the community and what you're excited to play tonight with your character.
Well, I mean, told us where we're starting earlier, and I'm playing a warlock. So when it comes to graveyard plus warlock, I'm like, hey, I'm right at home. All right, this works. This works out well for me. I'm not gonna give too many details on my character. And as far as being a member of the community, it's almost been, I think, at least 4 to 5 months.
A long time, man.
Yeah. It popped up on Mixer one day, and I'm like, I'm gonna give this a watch. And it was by far one of the most enjoyable experiences I've had.
Hell yeah, man. Love to hear it. Zero, kick it off, my friend.
What up, everybody? I am so excited to be in this campaign with Cap. Thank you for selecting each one of us that are sitting here right now, sir.
Thank you guys, man.
And I've been stalking the community for a while. I don't know off the top of my head, but it's great storytelling, and I'm happy to be part of the canon. And I'm ready to split some things in half with my axe. Just saying. Yeah.
Sorry, there's no Cadillacs like on Friday night, but I'm sure we can find some shit to destroy. I'm sure
I'll destroy another one of Legit's caddies. I'll be happy with that.
Timey-wimey, introduce yourself.
All right, hi. So I am completely new to the community. Only have been watching for about 2 weeks. I've never played D&D before, and I've never RP'd before. So I am just looking forward to this being a great experiment.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for getting way out of your comfort zone all in one. I beg to say that there are most people have not been in your situation before with a blank slate up on the stage. So you are awesome. Thanks for taking the leap with us.
I'm super scared too, but super excited, so.
It's okay. We're just kids playing on a dirt pile right now. It's nothing. We're just going out and throwing sticks. That's all this is. Zig, Hungry Alpaca. Let us know. You've been on the YouTube side, man. Right? You started out on YouTube?
I've been on a lot of the sides.
Yeah.
No, actually, I started on Mixer as well.
Okay, you started on Mixer as well. Gotcha.
Yeah, no, I've been watching that for quite a few months now. My girlfriend's been watching it as well. She's probably watching it right now. Give a wave to her. She actually paid for me to be in this today for my birthday gift, which is in a while now. Yeah, I'm glad to be here. I am playing a Turtle Battle Master, so things are hopefully going to be interesting with him.
You were my first Turtle in a real session ever. I've only got to play test him, so I'm so excited. I'm so excited you picked a Turtle. Oh, that makes me happy. I've only got to do on the former Shadow Walkers. I got to be a Turtle. So I'm digging that, man. Red Dagger, what's up, my dude? You Sith Lord with your red in the background. I love it.
What's going on? Yeah. Well, this one singular strip of LED lights. Been a part of the community. We met back in Guardian Con, the second Guardian Con, I think that existed. We met in a hotel lobby, and I'll never forget the hat. I'll never forget that, man. It was amazing. Been keeping up with the D&D. Tonight I'm playing a wood elf, wielding a weapon none of you have seen before.
I love it. Red Dagger is also hitting some of the, you can't really call it playtest material. They're calling it sponsored content. So I'm excited about that. I'm not going to spill any more beans than that. If you've been on D&D Beyond and you've been poking around, you've seen it. But most people I don't think have. See, Legit's out there. He's always watching. He's always watching. Yeah. There was a Turtle at the Mudang Dong airship dock. And don't even ask me for his name. Like half of them ended up blurring together to like, if you just said Hashishito, you covered like half of it. Me and the name generator and Mudang Dong just got out of control. So, like I said before, this is going to be a 3-part mini-series that we're going to do thanks to Start Playing and their wonderful sponsorship of us for the entire month. That's how this has all come about. My friends Devin and Nate shot a message to me and said, hey, you need to come check out our site. And I was like, this is amazing. This is what I've been looking for. It has been awesome thus far. I love the functionality. If you guys use !play D&D in the chat right now, you'll get that bad boy to pop up and you can start checking out all the other DMs that they have on their website. You'll be able to browse for different types of games so you can find and connect the type of D&D game that you're looking to play. And I am going to continue to be on that site and, continue to do this. This was a lot of fun. It took me back to my roots. I haven't gone like square one on somebody in quite a while because I've been working with other streamers that have been doing this for a little bit. So it was fun to like dust off the old boots and be very, very thorough about everything. And it helped me redesign my workflow. So I love everything about this. This is going to continue to be a thing. When I originally thought of this concept, I was really scared to put it online because I wanted the trust to be at the table first, because it's a hard thing. There's a lot of asks there, and everybody's response was, let's do this. Like, here, I want to get up on the stage. So you know what? Everybody's going to get to see somebody learn and grow all at the same time. And I wouldn't lie, it's a fantastic opportunity for marketing as well, for folks to see the service over at Start Playing Games. So I love it. I love everything about it. Thank you guys for the sponsorship. You're rock stars. Thank you guys for all being the first test pilots. When I had no workflow, like things are scattered, you guys can realize how ridiculous my creative mind is, because there's here's little pockets of this. Here's some information here. Here's a little bit here. Oh, yeah. And you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, I can see this man is organized chaos.
I think I speak for the group when I say, Cap, just shut up and take our money.
I appreciate you guys very much for the trust. Thank you. As always, Roll20.
My pleasure.
You guys are rock stars. Thank you for sponsoring us also for the entire year, empowering the virtual tabletop that allows everybody in this group to hear the music that I'm playing, as well as the audience back home. We could not do this without you. It is my calling card in D&D. I could not perform the show that I put on and the sessions I do without your help. So thank you guys so much. And as always, D&D Beyond, you guys are rock stars. Thanks for making D&D easier for us and the insider access. Love you guys. And to my year-long sponsor, Voodoo Ranger, for all the tech support that I've just done in the last 48 hours. you have fueled me through. Thank you for sponsoring me. If you guys are looking for the best affordable hazy IPAs in the business, look no further than the Voodoo Ranger series. I can't tell you guys enough that it is such a value within the industry. I have it here with me weekly. I promise I will not stray you wrong. I've been in this business for 14 years. I do not take recommendations lightly in my career of careers. I've spent insurmountable time in the beer biz, and I promise you, you will not go home disappointed. Make sure, live dangerously, but drink responsibly, my friends. So, who's ready to kick this bad boy off?
Let's do it.
Get us all.
Our setting tonight takes us back to the city of Waterdeep. More importantly, back to the location of the Roaring Horn Estate. A state that is now in shambles. The recipient of a clandestine terrorist attack performed with the hands of both the former Jarl, Frost Giant King, Storvald himself, in conjunction with Wednesday's party's arch nemesis, Sansuri, Cloud Queen in the sky. As their joint forces performed an attack where our party, Hister Faust, Ruby Shore, at that point, still Emery, Ballas, Kiki, Harshnag, and Cheekios were spun into a battle that they did not know at that time would end up the sacrifice of one of their own party members. In the wake of that attack on Roaring Horn's estate, several things were put in motion. After the Frost Giants were dealt with, Harshnag was resurrected in spot and willingly went back out to save the rest of his friends and aid them in their battles to come. However, in the days that transpired, Lord Roaringhorn, his estate, and the entire city of Waterdeep has been plunged into utter chaos. Tensions high, hopes low, and for the first time in the splendid city, clear holes in the parchment of a fabric that they thought was woven tightly. At this point, no one in the city believes or feels that they are safe. If the unthinkable in one of Lord Roaringhorn's parties could finally stop, a streak which he has beckoned that has lasted for over 84 years of constant party and revelry and merriment, finally coming to an end. What hope does the common man have in the city of Waterdeep? We pick back up in the current timeline of Game of Saving Throws. In 48 hours after this episode, these timelines will cross and connect and become even. We delve into the story of what's transpired after that attack. Caligar, you're currently in the city of Waterdeep. You can pick out any location that you like. If you're not as familiar with Waterdeep, it doesn't matter. It's a metropolitan city. You can think about a city, a port city, any of them that you may have been to. All of those amenities are there. You know why you're here. You too have received an invitation sealed with black wax in the shape of a clover, delivered by Raven. Where would your character currently like to be?
As of right now, Caligar. Is outside of the blacksmith, as he does before every mission. It's a hobby that he's created ever since his time whenever he was in the army. He always tries to find the best whetstone to sharpen his blade.
Excellent. Hey there, a big man. And just what do you suppose you're gonna split with that thing? You'll be able to cut just only a hair, whatever you want when you get done with that.
I plan on cutting many of people in half with it. Show me your best whetstones, because I plan on using this multiple times.
I'll be honest, I'm done seeing bodies. I hope whoever you use it on deserves it. Describe what you
I
look
only
like,
take
Sierra.
a job. Caligar is a hulk of an orc. He is 6'6". He's not your typical huge Hulk. He's lean muscle. Very athletic, so if he has to cut someone in half and get away at the same time, he can. Stamina being his greatest standpoint. Gray skin. Bald. 45 years old. And just the crustiest war veteran you could ever think of.
All right, you old salty dog. What were you saying about taking jobs?
Sometimes you gotta make money.
Yeah, sometimes you do have to make money. Understand? I've sold ornaments to folks that I wish I hadn't. But I'll be honest, if it's the difference between feeding my family and selling it to somebody that I'm distasteful for, it's my family that I think about first that keeps me up at night versus the rest of them. He strokes his long white beard.
As you say family, you could see a sullenness come across Caligar's face. Family. They are worth fighting for.
Always.
But when you lose them, the only thing I have to fight for is the fact that I can fight. And he lowers his head back down. Not many people see a Hulk like this in a sullen, sad state. I lost him during the war. And it's because of that that I will continue to fight until those who are unjust in this world no longer exist.
Sounds like you got a good head on your shoulders there, big man. He hands you your axe back. Put it to good use, my friend.
I will.
Waterdeep is in its darkest timeline now. It can use people like you.
Sometimes I can't get past myself. I'm not doing it for the people. I'm doing it for my family. I have no gods that I follow. I have no friends other than those I lost in war. My faith is in the sharpness of my blade.
Right.
Thank you.
And let it guide
Thank
you.
you, sir.
As you finish up at the blacksmith, you take your note back out, re-examining it, looking down at that parchment, seeing the words, to meet at the statue and monument of Marion Gray. Fold that piece of paper back up and begin on your way. Razius, where are you currently at in the city?
I'd probably end up just browsing through a library, picking different books, just kind of perusing through, looking at different tomes, and just trying to see what I can learn about the area and what it's going through.
As you browse through the tomes, describe what you look like.
So, picture a half-elf with kind of blonde hair and like a silverish color to his eyes. Leather armor with 2 blades at the sides, both daggers, and runes going up both arms. Probably about 5'8", 5'9". So tall, but not too, crazy tall, kind of lanky. Looks like he can definitely hold his own in a fight.
An old man clutching several tomes, strangely dark brown like hair out to either sides, nice firm Tom Selleck mustache with a frail build. I can see that you are also resting on the laurels of knowledge in great times of darkness and conflict. Has there been anything that you've read that could aid us in this time, stranger? We've been searching for days, trying to find meaning of these attacks.
I could use the coin, first and foremost. I just need whatever information I can get as quickly as possible.
Being in a house of knowledge like this, you know that no knowledge comes easy nor quick.
Unfortunately, yeah. I've learned that the hard way.
May the gods bless you in your search for answers as well. As he walks past you back to a table, also surrounded by swaths of other elderly men and women, all fiercely scanning page by page. I want you to roll an investigation check with disadvantage on your skim read of whatever tome that you just picked up.
Disadvantage of what?
So you're going to be rolling an investigation check. So you go over to your skill proficiencies. You can literally just click that button on investigation twice.
$17.
Like all libraries, you're lucky to have pulled a book correctly from where it was at and not buried somewhere lost in this Dewey Decimal System of hell. As you scan through, you found a book on basic survival. How to live off literally the fat of the land. How to purify water. How to find sustenance in a land devoid of commerce and trade. Go ahead and give yourself a temporary +1 to survival rolls. Don't need to do anything in your sheet. You can just jot it down. No, you have an extra +1. Zig, where are you currently at in the city?
Well, unfortunately for Zig, if it wasn't for the symbol of the black clover stamped on the letter, he would have no idea where to even start looking because he can't read. Unfortunately, that was one of the things that was not brought down to him, so he is currently in the city looking for someone to help him read this letter. If he sees anyone, he's going to be trying to speak.
Roll a perception check. What'd you get on that check?
Oh, 16, sorry.
16. 16 as you stare out really in an up and coming neighborhood inside of Waterdeep. You're currently in the Sea Ward. A neighborhood for those whose fortunes are on the rise. You can hear the sounds of hammers and nails and boards going up. Construction, general commerce. You can see these are the families that are rising up and building estates next to the long established noble families of Waterdeep. As you pass through the streets, there is definitely a high affluence, or at least affluence that people hope they're passing off on. If there was ever a neighborhood to have a $60,000 truck in front of a trailer, this would be one of them. as you pass by a man and a woman currently dressed in fine crushed velvet, hair which you can tell was recently done. Man with a very well-groomed beard and slicked back hair like Pat Riley used to do in the NBA, slicked back almost to the point to where it feels like it's a helmet. As you reach out and call to this man, excuse me, sir, can I help you?
Hi, I am Zig. I have the unfortunate disability of unable to read this letter that I have received. I have heard of this black clover. I hope I am in the right place. If you may help me. And he presents the letter in his type of amphibious odd hand.
Oh, Zed, bless his heart. Bless his heart. We need to... Honey, we can get you down over at the House of Tyr. They got hot meals over there. How long have you been out on the streets?
He looks at her and just as if he flicks back 3 strands of hair on top of his nice smooth head, as if he has like a luscious flow. And he goes, I've been wandering for quite a long time. I am from a distant land. I have just recently been here. It's been quite a while.
See, honey, it's well rehearsed. It's well rehearsed. You tend to fall on your laurels every time that you see this. It's fine. It's fine. I will. Will these happen to be estate papers that you have? Yes, sir. What exactly? Well, if you just let me see that, I can properly translate that for you.
He does have a distrust in a lot of different people, so because the lady was more nice, he's gonna slowly turn his little turtle head, looking at her, says, ma'am, if you could please read this. Looks back at the other guy, looks back at her, and just hands it to her.
Well, what exactly are we working? Oh my. Oh my. And she goes pale white. And she drops the letter. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw as the wind catches it and it begins to blow. What'd you get? Sorry, I couldn't hear you, Zig.
6.
6?
6.
As the wind catches it and it begins to blow along this long, windy cobblestone road, your instinct immediately goes back to chase it. You dive out your turtle body and you just miss, landing on your shell, stuck down on the ground, prone. You can't see it, but her wife exclaims, We need to get out of here. We need to go home now. We just need to go home now. What did it say? We need to go home now. As they take off down towards the promenade, you're lucky that just like the bend of a chess piece rook, that paper wraps around one of the higher points, and you're able to turtle crawl to the side and grab that note. And as you do, and you pull yourself up, you look at this image of a city map. So much information to take in. But you see a small black clover denoting the city of the damned, the walled cemetery within the city. By God, somehow fate has led you here. You know that is where you must go. Now, if you can just figure out this compass.
So staring at the map, trying to figure out where he is, looking at buildings around him. Give me one. I think I might actually.
Don't worry, you're gonna be able to make your way there just fine. You orientate yourself, continuing to go through town, pairing up wherever you find black clovers. Timey-wimey. Where is Treya at inside this metropolitan city of Waterdeep?
Treya is currently in the trades ward. It's an area she's familiar. First came to Waterdeep, she worked in the employ of a merchant.
Anything in particular you're looking for inside the markets today?
No. She usually goes unnoticed and spends a lot of time watching the comings and goings of people, and sometimes talking to some of the workers.
Roll a perception check, like a fly on the wall, staring out at the goods that are currently being offered.
Twenty-one.
21. You keenly and distinctly notice an unbelievable shortage of pork. And not just any piece of pork. This entire city-state is devoid of bacon. Not a single slice or slab is left. At this point, you're calculating and looking. No one in this town has received a proper breakfast and fry-up for weeks. Out of all the things you thought you would see from a city-state that was torn asunder by attack, the last thing you think you would see is the loss of people's bacon. And you can tell just by the general vitriol and rudeness throughout the market. Everybody's lost a little pep in their step. They're on edge. You can see people bumping into each other's shoulders that you would never see at any other market. Matter of fact, you get bumped as well. Hey, watch where you're going. When he bumps into you, I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. Six. Treya, you temporarily lose control of yourself for a moment. Describe what that's like.
Oh, what was that? Not again, not again. Just sparks coming out of her hands.
Don't
do it.
You tried to burn me! You tried to burn me! What is your problem? As you make this rather large lumberjack of a man, clad in plaid and suspenders, full red beard, hobble along like a baby after he shoulder checks you. Can't help but have a small smile across your face. It's gone better than it has before when that's happened. Scanning the room, you can see, luckily because of the hustle and the bustle inside this market, you don't think anybody else has seen. Continue to be a wallflower, pulling out your letter as well. And in due time, you'll make your way to the cemetery as well. But there's still people watching left to do. Ronan, what part of the city are you in, my friend?
I would be going to the meeting point early to scout out the area, maybe get a vantage point, nearby buildings, anything nearby that I can watch, look, see if anybody's coming, see who the first person to show up would be.
All right. So as you go to scout out the cemetery, the first thing you notice in the city of Dam, this walled cemetery, is that during the daytime, much different demeanor. It's used more as a public park, while it is an old city, the city of Splendor. They've made quite improvements to make it not nearly such doom and gloom. Still full of weeping willows and plenty of old moss on stones. There's still children about, general folks going in between, crossing through, using this as a public park space. A couple of old men playing chess on a massive marble slab in the center of the cemetery. It's not nearly as grim as you thought it would be, but as the hours pass and the herd begins to thin, like all cemeteries, it takes on a tone of joyful reverence down to something much more ominous. I need you to roll an investigation check. What you roll on that investigation check? 7?
7.
It takes you a while as you unfold your note. God, there's a lot of headstones. Stumble past, you can't find what you're looking for. It's a sea of gray as the low fog begins to roll in late in the evening. This time using any source of light that you have. What do you have as a source of light? If nothing mainline is listed, then a simple torch in your adventurer's pack will do.
Have torch.
Lit by torchlight. I need you to make an honest call with your character. As Ronan, someone who's going to seek help? Or is he going to stay on his own?
Stay on my own.
With the light of the torch up above you shining down across your body, describe what you look like.
First thing that a lot of people will notice is that I'm wearing a mask made of porcelain. 2 eye slits to cover my face. Hood up on a nice cloak. I have a weapons on my side, one on my back, but it's hidden under the cloak. It's nothing in. We keep it hidden until I need to. I'm about 5'11", 30 years old. And I'm just taking in the scenery. I love the nature, the moss. I'm at peace, even being lost. Alone. I'll find it eventually.
Holding up that note to the torchlight. You continue to press on. As you hold that light up, looking back over it, a large monolith. Stands out from the rest. As you come closer, you realize, Zig, it's actually you. As you are currently standing stuck inside the cemetery with your note as well, but you've tucked back into your shell. Planking of a sorts, standing there solitary, inside trying to read with whatever little moonlight you could gather. You can see the flame of this torch approaching up over your body.
Alright, so seeing the light, all he's gonna see is like 2 legs slowly pop arms and like a head kind of just go whoop. And he goes, "Excuse me, sir." Sorry, I screwed that up. Oh, excuse me. Can I have some help?
What can I help you with?
I seem to kind of be stuck.
Stuck going somewhere?
Unfortunately, just stuck between these 2 things. I just need a nudge. Please.
Hey, Red, we're missing out on your audio just a little bit.
Sorry. Is this any better?
Yeah. Talk as close as you can to that mic.
Alright. Yeah, I'm right here. I will attempt.
Go ahead,
to help you, sir.
Give you an athletics check to try and nudge him out of his predicament.
That's not bad. 16, okay.
16. Oh yeah, you're able to pop that turtle right out. Zig, as you pop out of the spot that you're in, falling forward but catching yourself. Free at last. Razius. you hear this commotion. As you come through the main promenade, you can see the torchlight in the long shadows as it births this massive portal that awkwardly is now standing in the middle of the road.
Are you okay? Like, you good?
I believe he's fine. Did I hurt you?
As he just kind of looks at his shell, kind of buffs out one little scratch off it. I am absolutely okay. Thank you. And he just sits down, staring at this letter as if he's still confused of what he's even doing.
Is that letter? You've got one too.
Am I not the only one who got this?
Erasius reaches into his back pocket and flips out one of his own, and he holds it up to him. He goes, I don't think so. It's really cryptic. I'm having a hard time deciphering it too.
Zig just looks over towards the guy who actually helped him. Puts up his head closer. Did you get one?
I'm not going to flash mine around. Right here. And I slowly just show them just kind of the seal and put it back.
Seeing him being so secretive with it, I'm just gonna slowly tuck mine back into my shell, thinking as if how much people already ran from me, and this guy's being sneaky, being like, nope, I'm gonna just tuck this in here and let these guys figure it out. My guy has a low intelligence, but he's very wise.
Oh.
Street smart turtle.
Cap, is there any kind of check? Can I make an investigation check on the letter? To
Absolutely.
See if okay.
Roll an investigation check.
Alright. 13.
13. What are the baseline symbols of Clovers? Based on just the manuscript that this has been written in tomes that you have looked at before, you can tell this is very, very old English. And as you look through, you think, we're in far, far too young of an area of the city of the damned. You think quite possibly whoever wrote this, if you're to find this headstone, certainly be an older section of the cemetery. Caligar. Currently, you are in the old section of the cemetery. I'm assuming also lit by torchlight.
I have dark vision as well.
All right. Go ahead and roll a perception check with advantage.
21.
21. As you use your own axe for its reflection, held next to your torch, you spot a particularly large monolith. As you step towards, you can see and feel on the out, very crumbled and faded. But the sheer opulence in the size catches your attention, and you begin tracing. You find several symbolisms of 3-leaf, 4-leaf, and 5-leaf clovers, Celtic knots, all abound. Treya, I need you to roll an investigation check.
$18.
18. I need you to give me a follow-up stealth check. Caligar, what is your passive perception? Passive perception will be marked on the left side of your sheet.
14.
Treya. Perched behind one of the old guest houses, possibly used for the caretaker of the cemetery, you keeping your eyes on this half-orc as he's been scrounging around the cemetery. You can see him also holding up a letter in the light. At the same time, Caligar, you can feel unease, pins and needles like the eyeballs are in the back of your neck. As he glances back to look in your direction, Treya, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Seven.
7. Caligar, you can see the body of a woman in robes, fully hooded, tucked back behind a building, but at the same time, you also hear footsteps coming down the main promenade, and several of them.
Caligar is going to continue walking around and look like he's investigating, since Treya doesn't know that he heard and saw her. So he's going to continue to investigate, and he's going to go around behind the building she was hiding in. And then, as he walks up to her, he's just going to pick her up with one hand. What do you think you're doing, little one?
Roll a dexterity saving throw to see if you can even catch her. Both of you.
10.
Also a 10.
Just like you think, as you grab the fabric of her cloak, it slips between your fingers as she's able to get just enough distance, spin around as you guys are literally feet away from each other, face to face.
Why are you spying on me?
Clovers, letters. We don't talk about it. We know about it. We don't talk about it.
What letter?
Letter in your hand. Letter in your hand.
Shit. You're lucky you're short. But besides that, I hear footsteps coming. We can talk about why you're sneaking later.
Not
No one else
sneaking,
should be
that's
out
quiet.
here.
You guys
I
choose
didn't
to
ask
hide
for your
together.
opinion.
Yes, because she'll try to
Caligar.
hide behind him.
All right.
And Caligar just like, oh, what the hell?
Like two kids getting caught in the basement doing something that they're not. I'm gonna allow you guys to help each other hide. Roll stealth with advantage, both of you. Way to Goonies it out, my friends.
19.
19.
How do I do an advantage?
You can just roll it twice. And you take
Okay.
the better of the two.
14.
14. Razius, Zig, Ronan, do either of you have a passive perception of 17?
No. I'm at a 14.
So close, 16.
Bomb. You guys are able to tuck behind that annex. Held tight. Silently holding. As the three of you approach towards that ancient crumbling monolith. Caligar, you have the brutal critical card. You'll be able to add an extra damage dice if you crit. Which for you is on 19s, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're, I think because you're half orc, you can crit on 19.
And whenever I get savage attacks on crits, so I can do the vertical, critical, and the savage attacks on top of each other.
Beautiful. All right, the three of you approach. With the three of you in tow, you're able to decipher this is indeed the old part of the cemetery that you're looking for. Rosarius, you're able to match up and look and pinpoint the exact Old English and calligraphy matching. You trace the symbols of the clover. Zig, you're elated that you two also see another sign of a clover. For the first time in hours, as you've been bouncing from monument to monument, helplessly looking. You saw skulls, diamonds, everything but clovers. Ronan, with a couple of odd bedfellows in tow, you two have arrived where you've been looking for, whether you wanted help or not. You guys now stand around this massive headstone. What do you do?
Zig is instantly just gonna finally sigh. It's been quite a long journey for him so far, so he's gonna legitimately just sit next to the stuff. Say, it's all yours.
I can't hear you, Red. Can't hear you at all.
Uh-oh.
It's because I'm muted. I'd like to scout out the area a bit. Not necessarily move anywhere, but just kind of take a nice good look at the surrounding area from the point of this.
Roll that perception check. 17 is your number. $22? 22, as you look around, running your hand over the top of smaller stones with writing you could no longer decipher, closing your eyes and feeling the breeze between your arms and through your hair, shutting your senses down just enough to hear a small sneeze come from back behind that annex.
What are you doing making all this noise? They're gonna hear us. Knowing full well Caligar can't whisper, so he's yelling this and everyone can hear him.
You hear this commotion.
Shit.
Zig immediately gets up. Who is there?
Caligar looks down at Freya, sneers, blows out of his nose. Takes his axe. Walks around the corner. I'm here. Why are you here?
I draw my weapon. And I wait. I don't reply.
While that's going on, I'm gonna... Can I do like a nature check on the ground around the headstone?
In a great dichotomy, go ahead and perform this nature check. While Zig, Ronan, Caligar are all standing in attention with weapons drawn. Treya, do you have any weapons drawn, or are you trying to possibly choose a different route?
Treya wants to scamper through them and try to take a look at the stone. Just doesn't have a torch, but maybe cast light to see if she can decipher something on the stone.
Amazing. You leave the knuckleheads behind in their wake, as no one has the control of any other. Razius, you're quite pleased by Treya illuminating. What'd you get? 18. She pulls up a small piece of a crumbled headstone that she's pulled back, that she has now cast light on as it emanates. You guys are both able to pass back and forth looking at this stone. I want you to go ahead and re-roll for advantage and check. Back to the rest of the group. You guys with weapons drawn in a standoff between the three of you.
Caligar wants to use intimidation to find out why Zig and Ronan are there.
Role play it out. How do you intimidate them? And then you can roll. It doesn't have to be verbal. It can be posturing. However you want to RP it.
Just an FYI, I only stood up. I have no weapons drawn right now.
Caligar flexes a little bit, knowing he's bigger than everyone. great axe in hand. I like fighting. I can tell you do too. I like that. But why are you in the cemetery at dark? Only grave robbers come out here at this time of night. You're probably wondering why I come out here. That's for me to know and you to find out. So tell me now, tightens up on the axe. Why are you here?
The moment he mentioned that he liked fighting, that's when he would draw his weapon and he gets this strange smirk on his face and he kind of just preps up a bit. He's always hunched because he's a big guy, but he just kind of, you know, something about the fight just got him excited and he just, now his weapons are drawn and he just has a smirk.
And my intimidation was a 10. They ain't scared of nothing. They ain't scared of nothing.
Process that however your characters will.
Not phased. Exit chamber. Oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now.
Ronin not phased. Racks a chamber. And a Hex Tech sniper rifle. You've never seen before. I don't aim it at you. I have it at low ready. And all I do with the subtlest sleight of hand, I pull out the small letter very, very slowly and then put it away.
Caligar sees the letter. Oh. Why the hell didn't you say that when I asked you? Puts the axe on his back. Pulls out his own letter. Sees Treya, Zarius, and Zig all standing there. Is that why y'all here too?
Must we keep our voices down? The letter said secret society.
I'm sick. I'm not a secret.
Zarius.
Zig puts away both his weapons and kind of just chuckles at this whole kind of ordeal as he is a hulking 450-pound massive turtle. Just giggling to himself. You think you're not sneaky?
I
got
this guy.
stuck between two pillars for almost a good hour.
So that's...
I like you.
Razius, what was your advantage roll?
Oh, it was, Oh, I didn't...
Was it higher than the 18 or 19 that you got? You can re-roll. You don't remember, just re-roll.
No. It's still at an 18.
Still at an 18. As you and Treya have both been looking over just the actual formation of this monolith, you're able to notice, in particular, the seals and wax of the clovers that you have are the same size as the clovers on this actual monolith. As you look at the ground, it looks well traveled. There are footsteps here, there are prints. There have been people here freshly this evening, as the ground is still moist from a light rain in the previous evening. But these footprints, They all end. They surround the stone. Don't lead anywhere else except for the trail that they were brought in.
Tracks into here. That tells me the stone moves. Can anyone see a way to open it? Or I need to smash the turtle on it to break the rock.
Freya kind of comes up around him and kind of tries to skirt him out of the way, but kind of push past him to get the attention of Grace and to point out that it's a lock. And can she just go up to it and push it on?
You do as you push back the knucklehead Caligar, much like you did the shithead back at the market. And you take your seal and you press it into the side of one of the clovers on this monolith.
I think the little one over here has a pretty good idea.
If there's another clover on the monolith, Zig will also, seeing her do that, put his on there, slowly pulling it back out of his little turtle shell.
You place forward with your wax seal, filling into one of the clovers on that monolith. The rest of you
getting the idea, reaches over Treya because she barely comes up to his waist and just presses it in.
as you all taking turns finding clovers over this headstone. You can feel it begin to shake. As underneath your palms, you can feel mechanical mechanisms. As it shifts and moves and slides to the side in a way you didn't think a heavy stone like this could, as it pivots, turning and leading open a dark staircase down. Azarius, you're the first one to recognize there are no cobwebs. You too are above the opinion that someone has already been here.
I just want to make sure that everyone's aware of this. There's a lot of fresh tracks on the ground. We're not the first ones here. And there's no cobwebs down that staircase. So whatever we find down there, it may be friendly, it may be not friendly. But I do want to find
It's
out.
not.
Treya just speaks a little, mutters to make the big guys go first.
Zig just looks at the hole and goes, "Will I fit in there?"
It's a squeeze. but you can go down sideways.
Caligar gives him a little push.
I feel you, Zig. I've been there. I've had to go sideways in places.
Take a moment.
I've had those 2 seatbelts.
Okay, y'all, put away. Just, you don't need torches down here. I'm going to cast light.
Now you have 2 light sources as well. What is the range on both of those? Freya has she has her piece of rock, and you have whatever you're casting it on as well. What is your distance?
20 feet.
20
and
feet.
It lasts for an hour, apparently.
All right.
Don't need anybody accidentally burning themselves. It's a tight squeeze.
Be right back quick.
All right. As you step forward with your light source, Treya holding hers in the back. You guys make your way down that set of stairs.
Okay.
This old cobblestone fades to much more ornate marble. You make your way into a long, drawn hallway. Standing in the catacombs of a much larger space than any of you had theorized. Think about what you're going to want to do as you move forward. We're going to take our first break. Go ahead, refill your beverages, stretch them legs. We'll be back in just a second. I'll hang with chat so you guys can do what you need to do.
Oh, if you want to go, I can wait till you get back. That way it gives her time to use the restroom and I can wait on her.
Perfect. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Hold down chat, my friend. The wheel
Got
is
it.
yours.
Whoop, whoop. So how you guys liking it so far with us rookies? Yes, that's my wife. I am thoroughly enjoying this right now. I'm ready to put my axe into some stuff. Caligar is like the complete opposite of me as a person. I think about what I do. He's just like, swing axe.
I don't know if this happened at Chew Conference or anyone else, but I lost 2 people's faces.
No, it's because everyone went on a bathroom break.
No, even before earlier, I just wasn't gonna mention it while we're in role playing and all that.
On
Chew Conf, yeah. Not that big of a deal, anyways. It's just
Yeah, as long as it shows up in the chat, I can see it. That's all that matters. Man, thank you guys for that brutal critical. I have a feeling that we're gonna have to end up using it. I get raged. Rage. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. So fun.
oh, this is a great experience. It's totally different, man. Like, I've used Roll20 for a while and all that, but you know, when you get like a professional atmosphere like this and CaptainRoBear himself just just making these scenes like so lively, like I can see it right in my face without any images. Like it's great.
Yeah, it's great. I'll be right back.
You guys have great group comp for personalities. It's fantastic. It's just as much fun for me to get to know who your characters are as it is for you. Like, I love that so much. And Treya, I love your character. Not enough people play a wallflower in these games at all, and I love that. It allowed to get to do something different. Almost everybody is very, very, very forward when they come to adventuring. So I love that you've been observing more of the environment and taking pieces of information in that way. That is really fun for me, that I wish more players would do. You don't know how many times new groups walk in and they never look at the ceiling. They never look at anything around. Like, that's like you are a secret weapon in a D&D party. I love that.
It's not even the type of character. I normally like and that's normally what I play. So
normally a what? I'm sorry, it cut out.
Yeah, I normally play somebody tougher, a little
somebody
bit more
tougher, yeah, more
fresh.
roguish, yeah. That's cool that you went full on out of your comfort zone. And perfect, like having zig, having brevity in between situations with somebody that's being comical, that's not trying to be comical. That's
awesome.
Oh, that's fantastic. Like that's a dream start. You know, you have two. It's great because we have two hard asses on either end of the spectrum between Ronan and Caligar. Two different kind of mercs that respect each other, and you have another person that is just literally seeking the logical, knowledgeable way around. It is a wonderful comp that you guys have been thrown together. I cannot praise you guys enough on that. Just naturally coming to that. That's why you just choose whatever you want to choose. Never force yourself into a trope. Beautiful things happen within the chaos.
This is the complete opposite characters that Timmy and I do. On Final Fantasy XIV, she's a dragoon and I'm a white mage.
I love it. I love it. All right. So, if you are comfortable moving your character in Roll20, you can move them. I will let you know. You are actively now exploring a dungeon just like you would in Final Fantasy. The minute you drop your token, it can engage. So you need to think about moving. If you want me to move your character, you can tell me where to move it, and I will do so using my lovely little pointer. Just like this right here. But you should all have control. You all have your lines of sight. The only person that can see... who has night vision here?
I do.
All right. I'll go ahead.
Night vision? No, I think it's dark vision.
Dark vision.
Yeah, dark vision.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, what's your dark vision up to?
60 feet.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna mark you guys with 60, both of you, so you can, both your characters are gonna see a little bit more. What's gonna be funny is the audience is gonna be able to see what you can see, but the other players aren't gonna be able to see what you can see. All right.
Got it.
I forget about marking dark vision folks all the time. All right, bam. So you guys can see a little bit further down the hallway. I've set you guys in a basic formation. If you want to change, it's no big deal. You have plenty of hallway room to do that.
So, we all had to use our sheets to get in here. That was the key. I'm assuming whoever sent those letters out to us wants us to work together to get through here. Which way do you guys want to go? Me and the hero in the half shell over here will take the front.
If there is one thing I've learned on my travels, left is right.
Caligar just stares at you in a blank stare.
Thanks, chat. Appreciate that. My map is entirely black. I cannot see
Oh, you're
what's on the stream right now.
no worries. I'll fix that. All right, can you see it now?
Unfortunately, no. It's still just all black. Is there a way to refresh?
Did you scroll all the way out and it's all the way at the bottom in case you're just not in the
Yeah,
right spot?
because we're in the very bottom of the map. You want to?
Okay. Let me zoom in. Scroll to the bottom. Yeah, I'm at 250%. And it's just
Go ahead and zoom all the way out.
okay.
All right, I'm gonna add you and re-add you. You're still under Anthony S, correct?
For my name, it's now my character name. It's Erasius.
Okay, that's why. There we go. Bam. Now you can see.
Yay! Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I never was able to get one to load. The only thing I'd be able to do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because I tried the app, it didn't load there either.
No worries, I'll just describe the scene for you. There's a long hallway that leads both to the east and west. Alcoves carved. We can see possibly past remains were kept at one point in time, now fully cobwebbed over. Slightly raised platform of which they would be on, about 5 feet tall. You can choose to go left or right, east or west.
And we do like a check of the ground to see if there's any.
100%. Give me a survival check. Anybody else that's looking for footprints, go ahead and roll survival.
Will do.
Oh yeah, I get a bonus to that too. Ooh.
17.
I got a 12.
17, 12.
I got 9.
9. Red
16.
Dagger, what'd you get? 16 from Zig.
Awesome.
You guys can see there are tracks that lead both left and right that are fresh.
Well, guys, I can tell that people have been here recently. And they're going both ways. I still say it's a bad idea to split up. One of the things I learned in the military, you're only as strong as your weakest link. If you're by yourself, you're extremely weak. We need to move as a unit. The turtle said left is right, so left it is.
Zig slowly starts heading down the hallway, looking for to see where the footprints may lead further down.
All right. So that is actually a raised portion that you're on. I'm going to move you right down here. That's the 5 feet wall that's in front of you.
going to follow up Zig.
I am going to stop at this door here.
Aha.
We don't have to worry about our movement speed until we're in battle, do we?
Yeah, you're perfectly fine to move about however you would like. We're out of combat right here. Trey, I'll just keep you
Alright,
behind the
guys.
pack.
We have a door to the left, and I can see some stairs to the right. We'll
Is
do
right.
another left is right. All right. It's empty in here.
You step forward to an old empty chamber. The marble underneath you creaks and moves as you can feel the moisture damage from runoff into this old crypt. Smell is undeniable. Look and see a rat tail you think scampers by off into the next room.
Well, we can go forward, or we can go up the stairs. This is the back here.
Do we see any more steps in this room?
No. The room's creaking. No one's been in this room for a while. Even though people have been down.
I'm gonna start moving over here, so that way I'm not blocking the door frame.
Zig is just gonna head out of this room then and say, excuse me, Slank.
As you guys slide past back out into the hallway. You can see that set of stairs and the hallway that leads past it. No divider. Much like the first raised area in the front room, you can see this is also one. Take the staircase, go up 5 feet, or walk along by the side of it. You can stare down. I'm sorry for interrupting. As you stare down also that hallway to the west, you can see rubble that is piled up, impeding your passageway there.
Zig is just gonna look back to the group, moving ahead so that they can squeeze by. I know we're not supposed to split, but I think we should be high and low.
I agree. I'll go high. I need someone with range.
The rest of you follow closely behind. You guys begin to creep forward. I need you all to roll perception checks.
Nine.
9, a 20 what?
22.
22. Anybody else?
6.
6. Red Dagger, what'd you get? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. It was an 18?
Yes.
Awesome. Zig? Couldn't hear you as well.
Zig, did you accidentally mute yourself?
Nope, not muted.
Uh-oh.
All right. Will you try to figure out your headset? Razius. You can hear the crackle of flame. Undeniable of a large fire somewhere to the north of you. You can also hear the general shuffling of armor and people. Distant chatter.
Am I able to make out anything that they might be saying, or is it just very faint?
Unintelligible, faint, but it's there.
I'm gonna kind of pass along the information as quietly as possible. We're not alone in here. I can hear things moving to the north of us. There's also the sound of fire. So try to keep your wits about you.
No shit, we're not alone in here. I followed footsteps down here, now didn't we? Which direction did you hear the fire from then?
To the north.
Alright.
Hello?
Aha.
You're back, baby. How do you guys
I
proceed?
rolled a 16 then.
Well, you guys can also hear and confirm what they have in the front.
Caligar's gonna stay on the high ground and make his way over here. Get a good look at that door right there.
Zeke is kind of going to be looking at him from above and kind of following him in a sense to be on the same point, but stopping right before the...
Hey guys, there's someone in this room. I don't know how many,
You
but I can see
glean
just the corner of some...
from the pillars and long shadows to the fire that's emitted from a large brazier that you can just barely see, as well as these ominous looking long bone structures.
So guys, do you think they're friendlies or not? We can go in swinging, or we can go in talking. We were invited here. Unless all of us are connected somehow and this is a damn trap. Because frankly, I don't know who the hell any of y'all are. I like to fight. But I also know that not everyone's evil.
Red has lost connection to
Thank you.
Discord.
When Zig is told that, he's actually just gonna walk forward. No weapons drawn. Just...
All right,
What the
so
shit are you doing, boy?
make a choice. Who is stealthing and who is walking forward?
I'm gonna walk forward with Zig.
I'll follow up
Okay.
as well.
I can't let my bro go down like that.
No.
Zig kind of just walks into the room, you know, thinking that this must have been an invitation, you know? And he's gonna straight up walk in, he's gonna say, hello, and absolutely forgetting about the fact of not really just swinging the clover light around, and he's got this letter.
Holding that letter in your hand.
I think I found our guess.
You step forward into a massive crypt that goes up several sets of stairs, leading into a large main chamber where braziers of fire light up the room on either side. You can see 5 other adventurers standing in front of you. One to the west, clad in heavy armor, with a massive two-handed longsword, full of plate armor, half orc himself, a human knight in regal chainmail, clutching a sword and shield. A character next to him that looks like they walk straight out from their shift at the city guard. Full issue wear from the city of Waterdeep, prominently still worn. Next to them, a ragtag looking mercenary, scars over his face, shaved head, a real rough type. Next to them, a woman clad in chainmail, holding her mace, showing clear signs of a house of reverent that you can't clearly make out. Up above on the pedestal, you can see a man with long, dark black hair, well-groomed goatee, exquisite, fine, red mage style robes that drape down to the floor. Hat held to one side with a rather prominent, large black feather held out to the side. One man that is masked standing behind him, another with a large hood over theirs. Seeing that turtle produce the note, you can see everyone spin around the back like an old country bar when the door is open for the first time. As everyone spins around to look, the man at the pulpit, behind a series of tombs. I was beginning to believe that you would not understand and make it here. This is truly an honor to finally have all of you here. Come gather in. I can see there's probably a few of you still skulking in the back.
Before we walk forward, Caligar wants to do an insight check on him to see if he's being honest. It's an 8. He can't tell nothing.
He seems honestly excited.
I don't know, guys. I've never seen someone smile in a crypt before.
I do certainly feel like home.
Well, let's go say hello.
As you stare past him, you can see a massive skeletal structure of a dragon back behind it. As you draw closer, you can see out of its forehead patches of black clovers growing up and about. As the rest of the room is staring, waiting for you to join. Well,
Can I sneak around the people? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. If you would like to skulk a little bit, go ahead and roll me another stealth check. You can kind of blend into the crowd just a little bit, since there's so many people.
3.
Caligar is just going to walk all the way up here and look at the other half-orc and snarl as he walks by.
So, you guys are going to still be down here. On this level over here, it's another raised platform that goes up.
Got it.
Now that we finally have made it, I think it's okay that I could... Cap, I'm gonna dispel my disguise self.
As you walk into the room, slowly, your form begins to fade from the blonde elf form that you were showing. Describe what you look like as you have a metamorphosis in the center of the room.
So, the hair ends up kind of falling more over my face, turning to like a dark gray, almost silver sheen. And the runes turn to a purplish color as my skin begins to grow paler. It's almost like a ghoulish form is now taking the place instead of the person that has been traveling with you. I apologize about the deception. It's just I have to be careful when I'm traveling out in public, so not to frighten other people.
If you could change your form, why'd you make yourself so damn ugly the first time?
Oh. You wound me, sir. You wound me.
As I have said, it is phenomenal to see you all have gathered here under the symbolism which my family started long, long ago. While I am Miriam Gray, I hold the name of my father, my father's father, and my father's father. As we meet today in a sanctum of sanctums, a place of final rest of Clan Gray. You have no doubt heard of our abilities and our accolades. He pulls out a rapier and he tinks it up on the nose of the bone of that dragon, much as this fella has as well. And if you did not believe before, as he points and he runs a hand across the side of the bone, up and across those very black clovers, and he picks one. You can now see it is true. For everyone that we do vanquish, these beautiful clovers do grow. It is not just an old wives' tale. Our mark and our calling card has been here for generations. We need not leave notes. We need not leave anything else except for our clovers to grow and rise and feed off of the dead of which it consumes. You all have gathered here because of this myth that you now know is fact. Trying to come to a greater purpose, not just to be a regular sellsword. But to truly step out of your bounds. Walk the macabre. And try to become a legendary Black Clover. I have sent you these ravens. I have seen, I have watched. You all share unique capabilities. What you do. But alas, not everyone is fit for this life. Doing what is right does not always coincide with doing what is right within the laws of man. And that is where my family has always stood for generations. As he strokes his goatee and stands with his hands crossed in the center of the room. It takes a certain character to be able to do this line of work. I want you all to take the seals that are in your hand. I want you to hold them in the palm and let the warmth naturally take hold to that wax. As you guys do, you notice that melting point to be much lower. I want you to apply it to the weapons that you have now. Run it across your blades. Put it at the tip of your axe. Even you, far into the back, trying to hide back behind those steps. You can pinch off a piece and let it fall down the edge of your barrel. It will not stray. But it's important that all of you came here in groups of 5. Because unfortunately, I count 5 crypts in front of me. Tonight, there will bloom a new batch of clovers. And behind them will be a new generation of planters and harvesters. I need not care. I would love to see you decide yourselves. if you seek admission into my family, then you will provide your tribute now. As the group in front of you turns around, looking as the wax now melting, pouring down from their weapons. I'm not dying here tonight. As that knight steps forward with its weapon, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Let's go.
Go ahead, hold on to your
20.
number. Hold your number, and I'll get you in just a second.
This is what we've been waiting on, chat.
Let it begin.
All right, Caligar,
20.
20. Treya,
3.
oh, you're having a dice day. Zig,
Yeah, those rules.
what's your number, Zig? 3 as well? Razius,
7.
all right. Ronan, can't hear you. Can't hear you still. You may have to turn off RTX. It may be shutting you completely down.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Perfect. I'm just gonna use the Blue Yeti no filters. 16.
All right, 16. All right, I'm gonna public roll all of these in front of you. The gladiator, the half orc. Oh, let's go, dude. Oh, what a dice rock. Holy shit.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
All right.
City guard's got a +1. Hey, I've been inspired by your dice rolls.
Hard.
Oh my god.
Omen is with us.
We salute
Omen
you.
is with us.
Oh, the thug pops up there with a 15.
Oh.
Oh, and the veteran with a dirty 20.
Oh. Oh.
All right, we will sort these bad boys. All right, top of the round is the vet. Oh no, this is roll off. Dirty 20 versus dirty 20. All right, go ahead, give me a single D20 roll off, Caligar.
Yeah, you public?
Yep.
Well,
Oh, 16, let's go. You are at the top of the order, my friend.
you're an ugly son of a bitch, aren't you? As he looks at the other orc. And he readies, and he's going to swing his great axe twice.
Go ahead, roll that beautiful bean footage.
First one's a 20.
20 will hit.
Second is a 26.
26 will hit as well.
So that's a crit. That's a crit because I'm a half orc.
Let's go! Let's go!
And I'm gonna go ahead and burn my brutal critical on top of that too.
Rip and tear until it is done.
That's double damage, correct? On top of the already. What do I roll with the brutal critical, Cat?
Okay, so first off, one of your dies will be max damage.
Yes.
Brutal critical gives you an extra die, so you're gonna take your dice rolls and double them. So, whatever you're rolling for your weapon, plus your extra die of that, and then you double it.
So three rolls.
All right. If you're just rolling a single D12, that D12 is maxed.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead and roll the secondary die. Yeah, you get to roll the two others. I'm sorry. You roll the two others and then you double it.
So roll 2, then double.
Yep. 12 plus that roll and then double it.
Plus that roll. That'd be 25, 41, 82.
$82 points of damage with the first swing of your freshly sharpened axe coming down over the shoulder blades of this massive hulk of a man that finally matches your rival as you see blood drawn as it drips down the front of his armor from his clavicle where your axe is stuck. He stares at you, trying to grimace and hold himself, but within massive damage, you can see his eye tearing up and bloodshot as he bites down on his lip and causes it to bleed and runs down. Go ahead, use your swing again.
And that's an 8.
That's an 8. Your second shot. As he holds up his longsword and catches it in tow, still bleeding from the first shot.
You know what? I didn't roll a d20 on that. I rolled a 12.
You rolled a 12?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll my 20. Apologize for that.
No worries, bud.
That's more like it. That's a 23.
23 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. We'll just make it like you swung 3 times, man. We're not pulling it back.
Apparently. And now that's an 8 for damage.
All right. Another 8 points of damage. Anything else for your turn?
As a bonus action, I am going to rage.
Seeing that massive strike, you can see the veteran clutching her mace, running alongside the back of the rest of the group as she slides through, placing a hand on his back. As you can see a holy symbol begin to mend the wounds as they cauterize in front of you. At the same time, she holds up her mace and begins a prayer. Show me. Tears light guide me. As it emits a burst of bright white light, and you see a second spectral mace appear in her form as it spins around, whipping towards you, Caligar. That is a 23 to hit.
23 does hit.
It's going to do 6 points of damage, force damage.
Before or after rage?
This is after your rage. So you will take, actually force. Force is not bludgeoning.
Psychic.
Yeah, so you're going to take a full 6 points.
Okay.
She's going to run back behind the other two, still on the main level. Ronan, it is your turn. You got a cluster.
I want to hit the guy in the center. I don't know how to ping him, but he's in between the 4 of them there. She just moved like right behind him. The one on the left. I don't know. Can I ping him?
Mm-hmm. You want the knight or you want the guard?
That one you're on right now. The next one back.
Next one back. The guard right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So from where you're at right now, he's got 3/4 cover. You're going to be able to need to move to get a clear shot.
Okay. A sniper down with crosshairs to give me advantage. Does it even out or no?
Well, you'll have advantage, but when they have 3/4 cover, they have additional points to their AC. Now,
gotcha.
There are lanes that are there. Remember, you're on the steps, you're pointing up. You need to think about the clearest way you can get a shot. Because right now you're looking at this. So you're going to need to move to be able to reduce their cover. If you're able to move again over to the right, you can get a clear shot.
I'm able to activate my sniper skill, but that's fine. I'll just make a regular sniper attack on him.
You can still use your sniper attack.
I don't think I'm allowed to move when I use crosshairs. Like
you're not allowed
for
to
the advantage.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
My speed is reduced to 0.
Okay, but you can still shoot it.
Sure. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
just not with advantage. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's just a regular sniper shot.
That's a cool mechanic. I like that.
Yep. That'll be a 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
Okay. That's 10 points of damage.
How many points?
17.
17 points of damage as you guys hear that sound of the black powder crack as your shot comes in. As you get him right in the neck.
Within 5 feet of him to make a dex saving throw for collateral damage. A feature I have.
Oh, nice. Everyone who's within 5 feet?
Everyone who's within 5 feet.
All right.
All creatures within 5 feet.
I'm gonna
dex
roll
saving throw.
I'm gonna roll all 3 of them public. The knight, the veteran, and the thug.
You have to beat a 12.
Oh, dude, they all beat it.
Okay.
They all beat it. The 2 heavy guys, actually, no, the knight does not. I'm sorry. The knight does not beat it. So the knight's going to take damage. The veteran and the thug do not.
Straight 1d6, which I can roll public because I don't have.
Go for it. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
1.
As little shrapnel pops off and pings off of that guard's helmet. No! Get away from me! I'm bleeding! I'm bleeding! I didn't sign up for this shit! I didn't sign up for this! Alright.
I'll end my turn.
Into your turn. This thug is going to run roundabout, jumping off the top of the platform, down with both daggers at you, Ronan. $23 to hit.
Would I get an attack of opportunity on him?
Not yet, because you're still there. He's still, you can still hit him. He's not far enough away.
Gotcha.
As you take 17 points of damage. As you feel that blade slide into your body. There's something unsettling about seeing that black liquid wax pour into your body as he pulls it back out. It seems to latch on to the blood, pulling clean off of the blade. Going to swing a second time with his offhand and his dagger. That will also hit. That's going to do 6 points of damage. You think you're going to be all fancy here in the back and fire your guns on you? Well, I got an answer to your black powder right here. He's going to stay locked in the position with you, down on the ground here. Razius, it is your turn.
Okay. Having seen the guy right next to me just did, is he down on the ground or is he standing next to me?
He's right below you, so you could literally kick his head like a football. I just have him laid up there, so he's not tucked underneath the other token.
Get my move action, and I'm going to actually cast. It's gonna take up to a minute for a concentration spell, but I'm gonna use a spell called Tasha's Hideous Laughter. So, what ends up happening is he has to make a wisdom
saving throw.
If
All right.
he doesn't get a 13, he's just gonna laugh his ass off for the rest of everything.
So, this thug, while not intelligent, does have a +2 to wisdom. Public roll coming in hot.
Oh.
15.
15.
Okay. Still have another action, right?
Now that'll be that is your spell and it consumes your action. You do have a bonus action.
Okay, I'm gonna save it.
Is there anywhere, any movement you would like to make? As the bot just went down, it'll be back up in just a second.
Are you truly streaming unless the bot goes down?
No.
I'm gonna move down past here. And that's when I'll end my turn.
After you cast and fail, I want you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
An 8.
Back of your head starts to pound like a massive headache.
These are the gifts that I bestow upon you. A simple street dog. I want you, Azaris, to reach deep into your soul. Show me what you really have.
As no one else hears this, except Erasius. That knight steps forward and tries to plunge his sword into Zig. That'll be a 22. Will swing again with his sword at Zig. 4 will not hit. It's gonna do 8 points of piercing damage. I'm not scared of you and your big shell. I'm gonna carve you up and turn that thing into a shield when I'm done with you. The guard that is profusely bleeding runs forward with his spear towards Ronan, who shot him. Down the steps. Ziggy, you will get an attack of opportunity. So roll to attack if you want to consume your reaction this round. In true city guard fashion, totally whiffs. Impales his spear into the side of one of those steps and kind of flings himself forward as he bumps into you. Zig. What'd you roll to hit? Can you hear me? Zig, if you can hear me, you can type it inside of our group message. All right, we'll get to that in a second whenever we can finally hear him. That guard will swing again with his spear at you, Ronan. Will 13 hit?
It misses.
All right, that attack misses. True city guard fashion. All in no action. Runs forward, still locked in with you. Zig, it is your turn. Give me a thumbs up. Can you hear me?
I believe he was going to reset his Discord.
Okay, he's going to reset his Discord. All right, we're going to hold his action and go to Treya. All right, so Treya, you can't see right now, but if you put your left hand up, you would put your hand up on Caligar. If you put your right hand up, you would put it right next to Zig. If you look forward, there's a knight and there's also a gladiator.
Let's see. I think on the gonna try to do. Can I do Ray of Sickness on the gladiator?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Ray of Sickness, they need to make a saving throw, correct?
I think it was. Yeah.
All right. They must make a Constitution saving throw. All right. Do you see what your spell save DC number is?
+6. Whatever.
I'm pulling up your character right now. All right, clicking on the spell tab. Ray of Sickness. All right, they got to make a Constitution 14 save. All right, Gladiator's got a +3 to Constitution. Public roll coming in hot. 21. Oh, it's gonna succeed.
Unlucky.
So on Ray of Sickness, on a failed save, on a hit it takes 2d8 and must make the, on a failed save it's also poisoned. Okay. Oh no, you're rolling. This is actually a roll to hit. This is a roll to hit. It's, you only have to make this the con save if you hit. So what you do is go ahead and roll. If you see on D&D Beyond, just click the +6 that's right next to it. It'll roll the dice and add the 6 to it.
$11.
11. It will not succeed as you cast forth this necrotic looking beam that slams into the side, but it deflects just off of some of his armor, slamming up against the wall and doesn't find purchase. Any kind of movement you would like to take?
Is there like a I don't know. Is there a pillar or something?
You are currently tucked back behind a pillar right now.
Okay.
So you have partial cover. Stay locked in where you're at the moment, behind the pillar?
Yes.
All right. We'll keep you there. Zig, can you hear us now?
He's in the waiting room, he says.
Oh, he's in the waiting room. Oh, my dude, I'm so sorry. he's totally messy. He's like, let me in, dude. Let me in. All right, man, I got you in. Can you hear us now? Zig, can you hear us? No, the headset's dead. Hey, if you want to just, you want to type me what you want to do, I can take that too. All right. Well, Zig's telling me what he wants to do on his turn.
All right, last attempt.
Oh, there we go. We can hear you, dude.
That worked.
You're in. Okay.
Only cheese and potatoes. All right.
All
Don't
right.
touch any.
You don't touch a damn thing. Go ahead and give me that roll for your attack of opportunity on the guard. No. You're gone again. Yeah, we can't hear you, bud.
Today on the real side of D&D, trying to get things to work correctly.
Right though.
All right, I'm gonna type to you while I do the gladiator. Going old school, baby. You're gonna test my limits. That gladiator is gonna come back at you. Pulling his blade back out, he's going to swing your way, Caligar. 6 does not hit.
Yeah. I just laugh at him.
18 will hit.
It will.
As he swings that massive long sword your way. As you get hit with this massive sword, you can feel this searing hot, radiant white light as it slams into you, dropping a smite. You're gonna take 9 points of slashing damage and 4 points of radiant damage. So that 9 is gonna be halved. You're gonna take 5 points, and then the radiant damage you will take full.
That was 4?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, please tell me you hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Okay, attack of opportunity dice. What'd you get?
It was a 19, and it hit for I'm going that. What's the damage?
How many points?
10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Awesome. Ah, as he screams out in pain. That city guard is already looking rough. What would you like to do for your turn, Zig? Oh no, did we lose you again, Zig?
Yeah, we lost him.
All right, Zig, can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Oh, I can't even hear. Brutal. Okay, I'm going to continue to hold his action till we can get him back. Caligar.
My God, I'm so sorry for this.
Oh, there you go. Okay, okay. Tell me quick. Who you hitting?
Oh.
My God. It's so brutal.
No way.
Poor dude. All right, I'm just gonna be like, just type and tell me. All right, Caligar, it is your turn.
That hurt you, my soul. Caligar gets his axe. I shouldn't expect it less from a half-orc, though. But you're messing with the wrong one today, boy. Gonna attack him twice with that great axe. First is a 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Second is a 15 to hit.
15 will not hit. It slams into his armor.
And that is a 10 for damage.
All right, another 10 points of damage as he is looking very, very rough, bleeding out of both ears at this point. Gaping wounds.
Your turn, boy. And Caligar's just gonna keep the face-to-face standoff, half-orc to half-orc, see who the bigger orc is. And that will end his turn.
As their healer comes running. Get off of me! I don't need you! He does not accept willingly her healing. As she turns back around and instead uses healing word from afar, as you can see small distant whispers go towards the guard, who is very much lost in themselves right now as his wounds begin to heal. That spiritual weapon, however, will still try to attack you, Caligar. 9. That will be a 13 to hit.
That does not hit.
13 does not hit. It's you still duck and dodge out of the way of this spectral mace. All right, coming in. Zig gets his Morning Star out in his main hand with a 17 to hit. Extra strike is a 10, but it won't hit. This bonus action Warhammer, a 16 to hit. These are all going into the knight in front of him. Both of those will hit. So he needs to give me 2 damage rolls. As he slams into the knight in front of him. Ronan, it is your turn. Zig does 15 points of damage, by the way, to the knight in front of him.
Ranged weapon in melee. Is that at disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
And if I do my crosshairs take aim, does it even out? Make it a flat roll? Because it gives me an advantage?
If it's standing directly in front of you, I'm going to say that it doesn't. Anything else, you're fine.
Okay. I have to take the shot with disadvantage. And we'll shoot.
All right, drop that no scope.
Oh gosh, we'll shoot him. 17 to hit.
17 will hit. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
That hip fire, though.
That hip fire, though. That is 16 damage.
Let's go, dude. That's so strong at 5th level.
Now, that will proc collateral damage on his buddy and myself, I believe.
Yeah, all three. Okay, I'm gonna roll. The city guard fails again. The thug saves.
The city guard will take 4 damage. I'll roll my dex save. I rolled a 21, so I'm good on my own. And then I'm also going to spend my double up shot special skill. When you hit a creature with a successful ranged attack with a firearm, you use it to hit another creature within 15 feet. The second target takes automatic 4 damage.
Oh.
And I'll do that to the guy to my left.
City guard?
Yeah.
All right, he's back in the same spot. Very, very wounded.
With a little action surge for a second shot.
Oh, you're gonna action surge?
I'm not looking great, so I gotta do something.
Oh, let's go, dude. All right, action surge, disadvantage.
That's a 15 and a 24. So 15.
15 still hits city guard.
Sweet. City guard, no. And that's 20 damage.
D. As you hold that barrel to him, describe his demise.
As I seen the petal and the ink come out of me, I'm interested in what it would do with a bullet and how it would maneuver through someone. So as I do, I almost intuitively, I just want to see what it would do on a killing shot. So I aim near where the heart would be to see if the hole of the bullet would go larger and maybe spread out more as I pull the trigger.
Hell yeah, man. As you unleash that shot, it doesn't look any different as you first see it go. As it explodes. Like slow motion, you can see the fear set into his eyes. As he leans over and he falls towards you, you actually catch him with the rifle. I don't want to die this way. And while it's fleeting, for a second, it almost looks like you can see a small black sprout begin to grow from his chest. Anything else for your turn, Ronan? You have one more shot on your, because you used your action surge. Action is, and since you have a quad rifle, you can do that.
Is it double shot? Because I don't remember taking 2 shots. I thought it was single shot.
Now, whenever you use action surge, a full action shot.
I'll take another shot.
Yeah, that's the perks of action surge. Who are you shooting?
The one in front of me, the other one on the 5 foot up.
Yep.
Is this also a disadvantage?
This is also a disadvantage.
Okay.
But hey.
It's a 12 and a 17, so 12?
12 does not hit.
Alright, well, I had to run out sometime.
Alright, you gonna stay locked into place where you're at?
Yeah.
Alright. Staying in your position. Thug locked in with you as well. You're a smart man because you just eliminated his sneak attack.
Let's go.
No longer with anyone else adjacent. These are just normal attacks.
Yes.
Cool. 2's not gonna do it. 3's not gonna do it either.
Yeah, give us those low numbers, baby.
I'll take them.
As you're able to dip, dodge, and everything. He's gonna stay locked in with you. Razius, it is your turn after hearing the voices in your head.
I'm gonna move back up to the dual wielder. He's up on the platform above him, right?
Yeah, you can get up there though. Yep.
Okay. And I'm going to use. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and use an action to go ahead and use Pact of the Blade. So
From your patron, please roll with advantage.
Ooh.
What am I rolling with? Like a public roll?
You can roll whatever you'd like.
Okay.
Oh, that 2, the roll over to the 18. That will hit.
Sweet.
And I also have the Thirsting Blade ability, which means I can swing again.
Let's go. Go ahead and swing again, and we'll tally all that damage up.
All right. Do.
11 plus.
I do have proficiency on the weapon, so +2. And
13 will not hit.
And I chose a spear for my eldritch weapon. So as I walk up to the dual wielder, you see my character muttering something under his breath. Breathy, just very silently. You just get a real ominous feeling as he takes his fingers and slowly creates a spear out of mid-air and then stabs it straight into the guy's side.
Get your dark magic away from me!
It's 1d6. Yeah, 3 points of damage.
What was the damage you did on the on the initial there.
Well, I don't know what to use for, because I don't know if there's a damage modifier at all. Looking at the pact, the blade, yeah, I was just basing it off like normal spear damage, which is a 1d6, I want to say.
Okay, when you hit a target with a successful attack from... Oh, no, Nope, I'm sorry. Wrong one. Give me 1 second. I can get that pulled up for you. All right, so you're proficient, so roll a 1d8, and then you get the magical trait. So you said, so go ahead, roll 1d8. Booyah.
7.
There we go. 7. So then you add your proficiency. So 10. That'll be 10 points of damage. That thug is looking very rough. Anything else for your turn?
I'm gonna use one of my at-will abilities and give myself mage armor, if possible.
You're gonna try to use mage armor? Is that what you said? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Something called Armor of Shadows, which allows me to cast mage armor on myself
Awesome.
without using a spell slot or components.
As this dark, ethereal-like shroud wraps around your body, galvanizing you. End of your turn. The knight, seeing this, is going to take one of its swords and try to slide it into your back. Razius. Oh my god, dude! My rolls are horrible!
Suck 11.
Oh my god, he's gonna go back in on the turtle. I don't think 12. I don't think 12. No, he's like Dikembe Mutombo and me over there. Goes, no. Dude, this other band is having a day, dude. They got legit dice right now.
Oh.
He's gonna fucking stand in tow. The guard done. Zig's turn. So if you want, you can go ahead and start typing it to me while your turn's going on. Treya.
I'm trying to see it. Okay, let's see. Are the...
Oh, he's got it all laid out. Okay, so you got some extra time, Treya.
Okay.
Morningstar main hand swinging down, 24 to hit. It's gonna do 9 piercing damage. Extra attack, bringing the Morningstar back up, slamming it back down again, 24 to hit, 11 points of damage. Grinning, he swings his hammer with his left hand with a 21 to hit. That is going to be a DTD.
Yes. Good stuff.
Beautiful. I'm assuming you're gonna want to hold that action surge in, or you can go for the gold. Just let me know. Go for the gold, baby! Action surge is in.
No one messes with the Shelled Slayer.
Crazy stories behind him.
Going for the healer. All right, roll that beautiful bean footage. beautiful. All right, Treya, what are you thinking?
The little crypts in the middle of the room. Is there a way to find out if those are empty or if like
you don't
can the
know if
lids
they
be
are
moved?
from where you're at, and you don't have a good point of view. So I won't bait you on
Okay.
that. From where you're at, you would have to investigate closer, for sure. You would be at like a nat 20 eagle eye to try to see through a broken crack right now. All right, you're probably experiencing a small internet blip over on my side. Don't worry, don't worry. All right. Zig goes in to try to hit the healer with a 9. That's gonna miss on the first one. You gotta swing one more time. All right, Treya, what are you thinking?
Oh. Okay, let's see. I can.
All right. While you're thinking, Zig comes down with his Morning Star again with an 18 to hit. That's going to do 10 points of damage. He's using one superiority die, adding a disadvantage. Oh, look at that. Nice, nice. All right. She's going to take a full 10 points of damage, and she'll have disadvantage on her next attack action. All right, Treya, what would you like to do?
Do I need to like use Misty Step or something to move to be able to investigate?
You can use Misty Step to get where you would like to go.
Okay.
All right. I can put you next to any of these tombs that you would like. Would you like to be... I'm going to label them the farthest to the east or farthest to the west will be 1, then 2, 3, 4 will be all the way to the east. Let's play door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, or door number 4.
1.
All right, as you Misty Step, not taking an attack of opportunity, as you burst into ethereal mist, you pop up over with your hands on either side of the crypt. You can see both of the unnamed masked and hooded individuals in the back as you put your hands on the crypt. Step as you push it forward, looking down into that crypt. I need you to roll a perception check.
$11.
11. When you slide open the edge of that crypt, you can see this sludge like manifestation begin to pour out as it looks like a pile of the molten wax combined together as it reaches over like a symbiote, like Venom's suit. It pours over the edge, taking form in front of you. Bonus action was to Misty Step. I'm not going to penalize you for pushing open. I'm just going to take your movement away. I'm still going to let you have an action.
Can I use Mage Hand to push it back in?
I like it.
Let's see how well you can Play-Doh. As you cast Mage Hand with your cantrip, not using any of your hands on whatever this is, trying to pile this thing back in, since you've only opened up a crack. We're gonna have a straight roll off on this. Dexterity versus dexterity. Now, for this is your Mage Hand's dexterity. So whatever your spellcasting modifier is, that's going to be what you add to the 20 that you roll. All right. This thing has a -1 for speed. You need me to pull that number up for you? I certainly can.
Is that where it says +3 modifier? On spells, I don't know.
Don't worry, it's a lot to look.
Modifier's a +6.
No, it's a +3 proficiency plus it. So
gotcha.
Okay, so you're gonna roll a d20 +3. They're rolling a d20 -1. It's a 2. What'd you roll?
That's a 20.
Nat 20?
Yeah.
Nat 20? Let's go, baby! Let's get those Nat 20s in the chat! As your Mage Hand going overtime, pushing as it keeps trying to make its way out, and you keep pushing it back in. You flip over the top of it, shutting and closing that crypt closed. Have you had enough fun with Pandora's Box yet? That's the most D&D shit ever. I love it. That will be the end of your turn, Treya. Beautiful.
Oh. That is my favorite moment of the show so far.
Classic D&D. Thinking outside the box, and I love it.
Oh my gosh.
It's just me and you now. As he rips one of his shoulder plates off. Let's see if you have what it takes. He's going to swing recklessly at you. This will come in with advantage. $23 will hit.
Yep.
He's going to do 9 points of piercing damage. That's going to be 5. And he is going to dump 3 smites into you.
God.
That's going to be 13 points of radiant damage.
I'm gonna take all that.
No! It shouldn't be starting! Ah!
Caligar, it is your turn.
You're pretty good, boy. But you left yourself open. I'm gonna attack him twice, knowing that since he used a reckless attack,
You do have advantage, and his AC has now been lowered as well.
Yep. So I'm gonna attack him twice with my great axe. First one is a 24.
24 will hit. Armor or no armor?
Second one's a 25.
25 will hit. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
10 damage. And 12 damage. So 22 in total.
DTD.
That's good stuff.
Describe their demise!
Caligar swings his axe, hits the half-orc one time, comes back on the other side, hits him. It doesn't actually kill him because Caligar holds off on purpose. Puts the axe on his back, punches that orc in the throat. As he's leaned over, he grabs the other orc's axe, puts it in his belt, faces the blade to his face, grabs him by the back and slams his face on the corner next to him, and his own blade goes through his head. And he wipes the blood off his face, he smiles, and looks at the healer. And while he's still raging, he is going to move. Hello, love. Right here. And that will end his turn.
I need you to roll an intimidation check with that DTD. Caligar.
How's a D20 for a nat 20?
Nat 20. Seeing this epic show of force, the veteran drops her weapon. I don't think there should be any more bloodshed here today. She drops her weapon and stays still. looking across over at the last remaining thug. Well, looks like the cards are finally stacked against me, Black Powder Boy. Been real fun to see. Had you not had all this backup. Still holding his knives. He does not drop his weapons. Ronan, it is your turn.
On fire, so that's... At disadvantage, a 28 and a 27. For 16 points of damage.
BTD. Describe their demise.
Knowing that I'm quicker than him, I'll load one in the chamber really fast. Not even look at anything other than just his eyes peering through my mask. No emotion, no nothing. Pull the trigger.
You just see the daggers drop from the hands. As his body goes lifeless, hitting the ground before you. Bravo, bravo. I didn't exactly expect it to be completely straight 5-on-5. It's funny how those things work out. Well, my dear, as Miriam steps forward, there are 5 tombs, one of which you have peeked. Don't think that I did not see. Sure, you may have gotten more than you bargained for. You're quick on your feet. I like that. So, my dear veteran, do you have any last words before this group takes your life? You guys may interject at any point.
Caligar's still raging, so he doesn't give a shit, so it's up to you guys.
You said you didn't assume 5-on-5. Who's to say she goes and not one of us?
My black powder friend in the back, you have a fantastic point. But considering that she has dropped her weapon, and clearly submitted at this point, I mean, well, other than the fact that spectral weapon flying behind her, in case you forgot and unaccounted for it,
True. I won't finish her off. And I put away my sniper.
Caligar's waiting to see if anyone objects or if anyone says anything.
Zig obviously steps up, putting his arms up, stepping in front of you, making a human shield, a turtle shield. I can see it is one of the tortoise's commands. You are not unified.
Caligar looks at her. Your little key stepped up. I still wanted to snap your fucking neck.
I appreciate mercy that has been granted to me. Obviously, you can see that I have a particular set of skills. I am more here to mend than I am to inflict damage upon anyone. I don't know why it has to be this way. See, unfortunately, my family has been tasked with making hard, tough decisions. I think today that all of you need to learn hard decision and a hard lesson. As Miriam steps down, pulling out his rapier as it slowly lights with flames, sliding it into her back. Pulling that blade back out, you can see in front of her, her holy symbol begin to burn and break off and fall down to the ground. As she screams out in pain, her body withering, consuming, you can see a small portal in the ground opening up into a fiery pit as two hands latch on, pulling her body and soul down. And Miriam reaches down and pulls up the only thing that is left but a small coin. Mark it be your first lesson here today. If you do not complete the task, then you are against us.
I like
that small coin and puts it back into his pocket. For being a black clover is not for the faint at heart. And there will be no mercy for our enemies. For we do not have time to judge the weight of their heart and character. As he takes that single coin back to the crypt, the fifth setting it up on top. As your friends have seen before. It is time to put these bodies to rest. Looking down at Zig, now kneeling. Get up. Do not kneel for the merciful. When you saw this mark, you knew what we were. This is only the beginning for what we face. There will be no quarter. There will be no mercy. There will be only eternal damnation. I need you to each individually take forth a body and roll it into the crypt.
Caligar obviously picks up the other half orc.
Give me a thumbs up for everybody that is going to take an individual body back towards a crypt. Like rodent
And I
double it
pop.
up. What's that, Treya?
I was just going to ask if I could pawn that task off to one of the big guys.
So you just need help.
You can have assistance, but you too must have a hand.
Little one, why don't you take part of the one that got sucked down this hell gate over here? Ain't much of her left.
Fine.
The heavy heart, Zig, does what he needs to do, though his body language shows clearly his remorse. But he knows this is just a rough lesson. And obviously, this should lead to a greater good. as you guys pull up the respective bodies, pushing forward on the crypts, easing them in, you can feel that black waxy ooze take hold of their bodies as it pulls them in. And like small snakes on the 4th of July, you slowly begin to see the sprouts up of black clovers as they fill up and over the individual tombs, where eventually they completely coat in a matter of minutes. In a long sheet. As you guys begin to hear drums playing, those braziers raising higher as the two shrouded members tend to the fires next to them, you see literally out of the stonework, melding from individuals all walking out. It almost looks like the crypt is coming alive. As you see as they step forward up and out of the shadows in the stone, they materialize into very real people. As you scan and looking, various races, walks of life, types of adventurers, all lined up across the back. Where you have taken the first step in a long line of true vigilantes. For we are black clovers. We do not wait for politicians. We will not yield to the evil in this world. We strike now, and we strike swiftly. With each of your hands grasping on feeling those clovers between your hands, with the long shadows of those braziers up on the wall. That is where we will end this week.
Man.
Okay.
Man.
Okay.
Bruh.
Yeah. We're in a cult. Let's go.
Vigilante cult, baby. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I had to put myself in my actual war mode from whenever I was in Iraq. I'm like, what would Caligar really be like? Getting shot at. Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh. I had no idea that it would work out in a way where there would be someone you would spare. What luck for it to be somebody so innocent to make it impactful. There's literally 4 out of the 5, it's your kill. 4 out of the 5, you probably you finish the fight, right?
You usually don't save the healer for last. Usually they're one of the first.
Normally, yeah. If I wouldn't have got double jumped.
If there wasn't another half orc and Caligar didn't want to be like the big badass on the block, He probably would have done something else, but when he saw that, he's like, "No, I'm the alpha." What do you? Yeah. And whenever the other half orc pushed away the healer, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, he gets it. He gets it."
Oh yeah.
That rogue half helped me in one hit.
Whew.
I have 44 health. He did 20 to me on his first hit and had multiple attacks. And I was like,
Dude.
I guess we're here.
Dude, I'm so glad you went ham, because they were the one thing. You have new technology, and these mercenaries are smart enough to not just be in awe. They're like, that's bad. That's bad. We need to go. But you just went ham. Absolutely ham on them on disadvantage shots. Oh.
And how perfect was it that the skittish member of the team is the one that opened to that?
Yep.
Classic D&D.
She's like, oh shit. Get back in there.
Oh. Classic D&D, and able to think your way out of it.
Under pressure.
Oh, I'm so
a raid.
proud of you. I'm so
Like a raid.
That's the funny thing is, I was watching everyone's faces. All of us except Timey she was just sitting there. All the rest were like, "Ah, shit. Oh no."
What would have happened? I was gonna release a full black pudding.
Oh,
Full statted black pudding would have been. Hey,
It happens.
it happens, man. Yeah.
I had no idea I was good at evasive maneuvers.
Ooh, so good. Oh.
Because technically, I contributed nothing to the fight. I hit nothing. No damage.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
You added
matter.
a lot.
Utility is good.
The only thing that matters is telling the story. Only thing that matters is telling the story, and you added wonderful elements to it. Oh, yeah, I knew this when I was like, so there was part of me that I really was gonna put you guys in this room on first minute, and I had to talk myself back from it. I'm like, no, just in case. Just in case. I wanted to, because most of the time with first time players, I like to do a dramatic, really like, oh my, whoa. I just want to talk about like what my character looks like here first. Oh shit. And I like to make, I like to usually have an activity at the very beginning, but I was like, no, we need to establish setting and where we're at, and we'll get to this. We'll get to this piece. And you guys did excellent, especially against like this is mercenary work, but like this is kind of fanatical. This is that cult line for sure. Mm-hmm. Like they're definitely take no prisoners. Like they're gonna exact whatever revenge they feel fit. They're gonna go full VN for Verdetta on.
And I didn't expect to start developing a soft spot for anyone, but Caligar just hits it off with the turtle.
Yeah, I was worried about pushing you out of that hole. I got a negative strength. I wasn't totally sure I was gonna get you out. So I tried.
Oh, dude, I feel so bad. You're for your tech issue, man.
Oh, Caligar's gonna make Zig his drinking buddy. Zig be like, "Oh, don't do that." No.
Oh my God,
You're gonna do it today.
Zarius, I hope you were able to hear any of it. If not, we'll have a lovely VOD for you.
No, I'm gonna have to. Because it cut out literally at the end of the dude's dialogue before the bodies got tossed in or anything like that.
Well,
gotcha.
Good news. I got it all for you, my friend. I'm so sorry.
Oh. Well, of all the things, like, it's our 5G internet, it just went down. I'm sitting here like, okay, connect to 2G instead. It was like, it works. What?
It happens.
Yeah, it happens. It's not... It's we spin a lot of plates when we do D&D. Now you guys know it's a D&D show. some serious plates get spun over here. You guys gave me a new challenge. We've never had complete audio go down, but dude, Zig did an awesome job. You gave me flavor text. That's what I needed so I could RP through that. Oh, it was awesome. And you had already given so much depth for your character, and I love that already. That, like, who would have thought the turtle's the moral compass of a band of mercenaries.
And that's the part I love, that he's the nice one, and the guy that just wants to destroy shit is like, nah, this is my little buddy right here.
we gotta listen to little buddy, man.
That's right.
Oh, dude, so good, man. You guys did excellent. Like, this is not easy, right? This is not easy. You get put on the spot. You got to think about your spells. Oh shit, it's my turn. Oh crap, none of my stuff works. You get a new appreciation for it, right? I hope you guys had as much fun as I did getting everything together for this. Thank you for your support and your trust in me. Like, that's huge.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And you know, like I said, everybody that's here today, it is their spot to hold. Each mission, whether you can be here or not, is its own mini session where there'll be completion. You won't ever get stuck where it's one thing or the other. So if somebody can't make it, or it's like, you know what, I had fun, but that's good, I want to sit back and watch, you will be fine no matter what happens. But thank you for being a part of this. I'm freaking pumped to get to the rest of the meat and potatoes on this side of the story, because there's some damn good lore to get to now that you guys are in.
So fun.
I was gonna say, we haven't even gotten to the job yet.
No, you just got in. And I'm glad you took your time, man. You never know. Some people just go, I want to get there. Some people get to have fun, and I think you guys got to show off your personality, and I like that. And I wanted to help foster that and stage that a little bit instead of just running in, because that's what you can do a lot of times. You're like, well, we had a session, but nobody really knows who they are. I think you clearly know who each one of your characters are.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
My character is the complete opposite I am in real life.
Oh, that was very cool, man. I had a blast. Thanks for enabling me to do this. Yeah, I haven't got to make a custom overlay in a long time, and I'm like, dude, everybody's gonna be jealous of your show because I spent like 4-6 hours on an overlay. I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, I want to make something really cool, since this is something that you know, not just a regular session. This is a piece that you guys can hold on to. I want to make sure it looked and felt badass, and I hope you got excited as I did when we played familiar music from the campaign that pumped you up. God, I love seeing the heads nod. Makes
I was
me
over
happy.
here rocking out.
Heck yeah. Well, everybody, I have everyone's Twitter is linked up over there except for Timmy Wimmy. That's her Twitch name. So if you want to follow any of these lovely people, all you have to do is add them. They're all right there. Now you know a few of the folks a little bit better inside the community. And I cannot wait to pick up with this story next Monday at 8 p.m. CDT. Catch us here over on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/CaptainRoBear. As always, be kind, be good to each other, and remember to keep
washing your damn hands.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Much love.